Bad habits don't usually appear overnight, and they rarely disappear in a single moment of motivation. They form quietly through repetition, comfort, and avoidance. The Stoics understood this deeply. They didn't see bad habits as moral failures or personal flaws, but as patterns of behavior reinforced by unchecked thoughts. To them, breaking a bad habit wasn't about force or shame, it was about clarity, discipline, and choosing differently one moment at a time. The Stoic method begins with awareness. You cannot change what you refuse to see. Marcus Aurelius often reminded himself to observe his own actions as if he were an outsider, calmly and honestly. When you step back and watch your habits without judgment, something powerful happens. You stop identifying with them. The habit is no longer who you are, it becomes something you do, and anything you do can be undone. Most bad habits survive because they operate automatically. You reach for your phone without thinking. You procrastinate without questioning it. You react emotionally before pausing. The Stoics trained themselves to interrupt this automatic behavior by inserting a moment of reason. Epictetus taught that between an event and your reaction lies your judgment. Change the judgment and the habit loses its grip. That pause, even if it lasts only a second, is where freedom begins. Another key Stoic insight is understanding what is actually within your control. You cannot control urges appearing. You cannot control external temptations, but you can control your response. The Stoics didn't fight cravings directly. They focused on mastering their choices. When a bad habit urges you to act, the question is not, how do I eliminate this urge, but what kind of person do I choose to be in this moment? Identity, not intensity, is what breaks habits. The Stoics also believed that habits are strengthened by pleasure and weakened by discomfort. A bad habit usually promises short-term relief while causing long-term harm. Stoicism teaches you to reverse this equation. You train yourself to accept short-term discomfort in exchange for long-term peace. Seneca wrote that the path to freedom is hard at first, but easy once mastered. Each time you resist a habit, even imperfectly, you weaken its authority over you. Importantly, Stoicism does not demand perfection. The Stoics expected failure. Marcus Aurelius often wrote about falling short and beginning again the next day without self-hatred. Shame strengthens bad habits because it keeps you trapped in the same emotional loop. Calm responsibility breaks them. When you fail, the Stoic response is simple. Observe, learn, adjust, continue. No drama, no excuses. Another pillar of the Stoic method is removing unnecessary triggers. While you cannot control the world, you can control your environment more than you think. The Stoics practiced voluntary discipline, not constant temptation. If something repeatedly leads you into weakness, the wise move is not to test your willpower, but to step away from it. This is not avoidance, it is intelligence. Discipline grows when temptation decreases. Stoicism reframes pleasure. Many bad habits exist because we chase pleasure without understanding its cost. The Stoics taught that true pleasure comes from living in alignment with reason and virtue. When you start valuing self-respect over comfort, habits begin to lose their appeal. The fleeting satisfaction no longer feels worth the inner conflict that follows. Daily reflection plays a crucial role in this process. The Stoics ended each day by reviewing their actions, not to criticize themselves, but to sharpen their awareness. Where did I act without reason today? Where did I give in to impulse? Where did I improve? This quiet nightly review turns habit breaking into a skill rather than a struggle. You begin to see patterns clearly, and clarity dissolves confusion. Another powerful Stoic tool is negative visualization. By imagining the long-term consequences of a bad habit, you strip it of its illusion. The Stoics believed that seeing reality clearly was the foundation of wisdom. When you truly grasp where a habit leads, not emotionally but rationally, the desire weakens. You stop romanticizing what is slowly harming you. The Stoic method also emphasizes patience. Habits form through repetition, and they dissolve the same way. There is no dramatic breakthrough, only steady progress. Epictetus compared self-mastery to training a muscle. Some days are strong, some days are weak. What matters is consistency, not intensity. The habit weakens each time you choose differently, even if the urge remains. Perhaps the most important Stoic insight is this: you are not your urges, your past, or your habits. You are your choices. Every moment offers a new opportunity to act with reason. Even if you failed 1,000 times before, the present moment remains untouched. This is where Stoicism finds its power. It anchors you in what is available now, not what went wrong before. Breaking bad habits is not about becoming someone else. It is about returning to who you are when reason leads and impulse follows. The Stoics didn't seek a perfect life, they sought a governed one. A life where actions align with values, where emotions are felt but not obeyed, and where discipline replaces regret. Over time, as bad habits weaken, something unexpected happens. You don't just gain control, you gain peace. The mind becomes quieter, decisions become clearer, life feels less reactive and more intentional. This is the reward the Stoics promised, not endless pleasure, but inner freedom. The Stoic method works because it is grounded in reality. It accepts human weakness without surrendering to it. It demands effort without cruelty, and it reminds you that change does not require force, only consistency guided by reason. Each day you practice this method, even imperfectly, you are shaping your character, and character, more than motivation or willpower, determines the life you live.